Well, it's been absolutely lovely here at Loch Morar. So peaceful, and we've had a wonderful time, but it's time to move on.
Originally we were planning on heading furthest north, but we're going to have to cut the trip short by a few days, so we're going to head east to the Cairngorms instead. The reason we're cutting the trip short is because we've been having some issues with the leisure battery system. The van we have is a day van, which means it's not really designed for the way we camp. It's fine if you're only doing short trips, or you're on the move a lot, or you're using campsites for electric hookup. But we tend to find somewhere we like and stay put for a few days. Unfortunately, when we do this, it drains the battery, and the trickle charge from the solar isn't really enough to maintain the charge. And once the battery drains a lot, it never really recovers, even if we drive for long periods. So we need to pop into AutoCampers in Penistone near Sheffield on the way home to discuss what options we have for upgrading the battery system. And that means leaving on the Friday morning rather than Sunday morning as we had originally planned. First stop in the Cairngorms is Aviemore. We don't find much to see in Aviemore really. It's a big tourist town and many of the buildings look a bit sort of municipal really. So we don't stay long, although we do have a pizza here. Not sure if it's Scotland's finest wood-fired pizza, but it was very nice. Then we head off to find somewhere to stay for the night.
Don't like the look of that. Snow's still on the mountain tops up here.
So we head back down the mountain to Loch Morar to see if there's anything in there.
Loads of nice park-ups around the loch actually, but lots of signs saying no barbecues, no open fires. So we wouldn't be able to do any cooking outside, so we don't stay by the loch. Instead we head back up the mountain and decide on the lower of the two car parks, and that's where we decide to spend the night.
The views are stunning here, but when you look at it, it does feel very much like we are staying in a big car park, even surrounded by such beautiful scenery. There's also an odd feel to the place. There are lots of vans, but despite it being a pleasant evening, everyone is in their vans and no one is outside interacting with each other. So it's a nice enough place to stay, but I think we'll just spend the one night here before moving on. So we've left the area around Aviemore and we're heading south to Ballater. And what a lovely little town it is. We've really fallen in love with it here. It's hard to pinpoint exactly why, other than that it just feels so friendly and welcoming, especially to campers. What flavour is that? Is it nice?
Chocolate and strawberry.
Let me have a look. Time to check out the River Dee and go for a paddle. Time for a pint, I reckon, courtesy of the Balmoral bar. The green in the town square here at Ballater really is a lovely place to spend time chilling in the sunshine. Inevitably we end up feeding the local birds, in this case jackdaws. Which inevitably turns into feeding the gulls. Having fed the local wildlife, it's time to feed ourselves, a takeaway from the Lochnagar Indian. We've really enjoyed ourselves here at Ballater and can't think of a better way to spend our last full day in Scotland. But time's ticking and we've got a long journey ahead of us. So we're moving on, heading south through the Cairngorms towards the borders, and our final stopover in the lovely little town of Jedburgh. We've passed loads of lovely park-ups on the way, but they'll have to wait for another day. Well, that's the end of our 2-week tour of Scotland, and we've loved every minute of it. And waking up to a view of the Abbey at Jedburgh is a pretty decent way to say goodbye.